Tonight, Golden Gate Bridge officials are reviewing their security and trying to figure out how those two people were able to climb up the bridge. The two men are from Wisconsin. They pulled off the stunt last month. They had no climbing ropes, no safety harnesses, but even so, they made it all the way to the top.
KTVU's Tom Vacar joins us now with the details of this high wire stunt that was all posted on the internet. Tom.
Well, they got a huge thrill and great big bragging rights. Now come the consequences.
Guys, we've just made it to the top. This is incredible.
Most of it happened in the dead of night about a month and a half ago. Two 18-year-old Milwaukeeans climbed up some vertical suspension cables and made their way to the top of the Golden Gate Bridge's North Tower, where they performed feats of acrobatics and hanging in midair some 500 feet above the traffic below. They wore no climbing or protective gear and posted their adventure on the internet, where the Golden Gate Bridge District finally became aware of it.
Our security systems are developed to keep people from harming the structure. Our security system is not designed to prevent thrill seekers harming themselves. That having been said, their behavior could have harmed motorists below and does highlight a public safety issue that needs to be addressed.
But what if they were carrying explosives in those backpacks?
If these individuals even had backpacks with them, it would not have harmed the bridge.
General Manager Mulligan says there are cameras with alarms focused on critical bridge structures that, if attacked, could have serious consequences. Where the trespassers went, say officials, no major harm could have resulted.
I'm an engineer by training. I've done extensive research on this topic. Our federal partners have done testing on this topic. And so individuals with backpacks in the areas where these people were is not a cause for alarm, other than that it could have endangered motorists below.
4 years ago, another thrill seeker partially climbed the bridge but was caught.
Federal partners put them on a do-not-fly list, which resulted in that person losing their job because their job required travel.
In this recent case, these trespassers may face those consequences and more. A law enforcement investigation, which could result in fines and a jail term of up to a year, is underway. Officials also say the trespassers hired a video licensing firm to license the use of this video, a fee we paid so we could show you. But those ill-gotten gains made from performing a blatantly illegal act may be short-lived.
We will bring the full consequences that we can, both civilly and criminally, to bear upon them.
All right, we reached a man named Peter Teatime, who says he and a buddy did plan the climb on the iconic bridge before they came out here for spring break in April. He says he's an experienced climber who chose a time of little traffic. He says he hopes he won't be arrested and wants to help show bridge officials security weaknesses. Finally, he says his parents advised him not to do what he and his buddy actually did. But let me have you explain it to him right now.
I definitely support the authority and bridge security and everything, so I would love to get in contact with them and maybe help them point out some weak spots in their security so that no one else can attempt this type of thing ever again. But as to legal repercussions and stuff, I think there's worse problems out in the world than two teenagers having fun climbing a bridge taking some pictures. You know, nothing was harmed, no property was damaged, no one was harmed. We took all the risks into consideration, and they wouldn't have even known that we were up there if I hadn't posted the video. So,
bridge officials say they will increase patrols right away and consider adding more alarms and other technology, but that will be done only after a thorough review.
Tom, what I don't get is the Golden Gate Bridge is a prime terrorist target, and it was so easy for these two to climb all the way to the top of the bridge. And even though he was saying even if they had backpacks they couldn't have harmed the bridge, it's still pretty alarming that two people were able to get onto the bridge.
Look, it is alarming, and they're putting the best face on it that they can. They were certainly outwitted by these guys, and maybe they could actually use their help. The truth is they found a way that apparently nobody else really understood could be accessed that way. The question is, of course, is this going to encourage other thrill seekers, or worse, somebody who does want to try to do some harm? So they're going to have to do a lot of soul searching in. They're going to have to add some technology, I think, before they can walk away from this and saying we have it under control.
Yeah, it looks like they did it fairly easily too. No ropes, no protective gear, no climbing gear. What did the bridge officials say they would like to see happen with these two young men?
Well, they say they are going to go after them civilly, and they are going to go after them criminally, and that is certainly an option. And maybe to you know, make an example of them. If they get on the do not fly list, that could be a pretty serious thing for people that young, but they have done that once before. So I think that there's a lot of soul searching that has to be done on both sides, and maybe we can come out with a better solution than just rushing to give everybody a record who maybe doesn't need one.
Well, maybe, as that kid said, too, they could interview him and find out how he did it and learn something from that.
Well, I would say that if you're that good, you need to take a walk around that bridge with the authorities and help do that. Maybe that's part of your penalty for doing it.
Yeah.
Right. Tom,
thank you.
Thanks, Tom.